Hello everyone, it's me, Majic Snooper. It is now time to talk about the greatest product created by human beings. Lunchy, a product created by Logan Paul, Jimmy, Mr. Beast, Donaldson, and whatever the fuck this name is, knowledge, strength, and integrity. Alright, now that I have stated my introduction, I think it's about time I go to a voice that's a little bit more normal. Now, Lunchy. It is being criticized for some very, very simple factors, like KSI, Logan, and Mr. Beast involvement in the product, moldy cheese, the health benefit claims, the ego of all three creators, which combined could probably destroy the entire multiverse, dishonest marketing practices, and the fact that all three creators literally have multi-million-dollar net worths, yet make a worse white label product that has little to no nutrition.
I'm not laughing.
Alright, now that the full introduction is completed, I think it's about time we get over to, Mr. Beast and the others, and just a little bit of an exposition. Mr. Beast once was the most loved creator on YouTube, with little controversy other than the occasional Antichrist argument, until about 3 months ago. It seems some of those ended up to be true. Mr. Beast probably is the Antichrist, and well, we only got a couple months left till he comes back, so I'm making this video. Mr. Beast's role in Lunchy is to be the mascot and figurehead, which is true for the other two, but he's the most popular person that kids watch, which Lunchy is most definitely targeted toward. I don't need to get into that. Mr. Beast has a net worth of almost, or even, $1 billion, which doesn't matter because net worth isn't liquid. Alright, let's move on to Logan Paul. Logan Paul was only liked before his suicide for his video, and then people still hated him. No one ever liked this nigga. Logan Paul's role in Lunchy is to be the idiot of the group, which is almost the same for KSI. But Logan is actively arguing with doctors and professionals about literal trash and microplastics packaged for children to eat. Logan has a net worth of $150 million, which I think is quite ridiculous because of all the crypto scams he's been involved in. You'd think he'd have more money if he was scamming others out of theirs, but I guess not. But now let's just move on to KSI.
So beautiful,
KSI has been on and off the liking spectrum, kind of like Too Mad. The only difference between them is that one's alive and one is dead. KSI's role in Lunchy is to be the nut / the funny man, which in more detail means he's supposed to, farm attention, which the other two share. But he's kind of the craziest person in the group. KSI has a net worth of about $100 million, which is respectful. No further comment. And now, the part you've all been waiting for, Lunchy.
And there is a ton of mold.
Lunchy is a Lunchables novel, probably made and packaged in the same factory under a different name, just some more mold. And also the cheese being drippy.
I like my cheese drippy, bro.
Lunchy touts itself as a healthier alternative to Lunchables. Just look at these barely different nutrition facts. I think Dr. Mikhail Varchowski puts it best.
To be honest, some of the comparisons are kind of cringe and don't make much sense to me, but maybe that's because I'm not the target demo.
I agree. Trying to talk shit to your competition while your product is a literal hog anus and rat feet with 12 fluid ounces of sucralose coconut water really makes you cringe. The only one-up they have is less lead and heavy metals, but Lunchables still has more PFAs than Lunchables. A win some lose some situation, I guess. This product's marketing is foolishness absolute. Mr. Beast, KSI, and the Low Gang couldn't market this product as anything other than a healthy alternative. And they couldn't even have normal competition. What the fuck does mid-moment even mean? I'll go first, maybe, The mid-moments in Lunchables mean that you won't have kids bullying you for eating the food equivalent of Play-Doh with bleached plastic packaging because, I love eating like fish, you fucking worthless fucking product. Video padding aside, let me talk about the mold in Lunchly. Lunchly has been in a crisis of mold and other foreign chemicals that probably shouldn't be in food, if Lunchly is even considered food at this point. Logan Paul states that he loves his cheese drippy, bruh, and
cheese
moldy,
bruh.
Which I guess can explain a lot of this away. And one of the smartest reasons I've heard on why the cheese is molded is because the gas sealing isn't sealing the gas correctly in the packaging, which causes a lot more problems, especially if your cheese is real, unlike Lunchables. Now, all of this drama began when the #1 Mr. Beast hater and chef Rosanna Pincino was doing her normal, stroking her Mr. Beast hate boner when she came across mold on the product she was hating on. Regardless if mold was on it or not, she would still be talking her mess.
Listen, the fog is coming. Listen, the fog is coming.
The fog is coming. The fog is coming. The fog is coming.
One streamer named a Spicy Cow saw skepticism in Mrs. Pancino's video, so she decided to go out and buy some herself to disprove the claims. However, she proved them instead on her 20-second lunch tweet, which has some mold on it. You know, I guess a theory could be proposed that 1 in every 22 lunchies have mold, and I would go to the store to buy 22 lunchies to prove this point, but
Credit card declined, you broke ass nigga.
I'm gonna crash out! Sorry for that. Moving on to some extra details surrounding Lunchly. Many YouTubers have jumped on the bandwagon, probably seeing what Dancy DM did to KSI, to talk their piece about Lunchly. Not one YouTuber said anything positive about this product. That hasn't been paid. Speaking of YouTubers, Dan the Diamond Minecart decided to take a jab at Lunchly, and KSI, seeing the amount of attention he could receive, decided to bait everyone into thinking that he was crashing out over Dancing Yem, when in reality, he was trolling. He probably wasn't fully trolling. I think some of it was definitely him crashing out, and then he tried to play it off as a joke. Moving on to Mr. Beast, he is not doing any better than KSI. He's coping and renting movie theaters, forcing old men to watch Talk Tua, which, if you didn't know what that was, it's a podcast created by Millennial Woman, for Millennial Woman, and it's probably the worst podcast to touch this fucking planet. Let's just quickly go on to Logan Paul, because I don't want to get into a rant about podcasts, because I hate every single one. Logan Paul is going through multiple lawsuits and whatever anybody else can think of. But before his career gets completely tarnished, I mean, it already kind of is, but he has to go and interview Donald John Trump. You know, you can see it right here. He's interviewing him clearly. Everyone wants to speak to Donald Trump. Mr. Beast is also being sued, but it's for war crimes and illegal torture of random civilians on a game show, which we don't have to get into that. Everybody's done that before. Alright, time for a little shit. Let's get a little joking real quick. So basically, I cannot be the only one that believes that these three, because they share so many traits, must be cloned. I mean, Logan is being sued, Mr. Beast is being sued, KSI is acting foolish, Logan's acting foolish, Mr. Beast is coping, KSI is coping. It's fucking ridiculous. These three must be the same person, except that one's black, the other's blonde, and the last is a fucking supervillain. I mean, all three of them are sucking each other off and riding each other like horseback, so am I really wrong? The end of the video is nearing. I don't have much for a conclusion, so take this sentence. Lunchly is a food that can be described with 2 words. Not food. That's the first sentence. There's actually a second one because I'm stupid. Mr. Beast, KSI, and Logan Paul should be fucking ashamed of themselves for even thinking that this would be half as successful as an ugly porn star. But here we are!